not talking unless y'all giving me land and 2,000 or more every week. You hear me?
I'm not talking unless y'all giving me likes, commenting, and subscribing. You hear me? Hey, B. So listen, real quick for the people, I did do a body cam is messy, but for some reason the video was messing up because I could see the video on my screen at the time that I was recording it. I could see the video, but for some reason it only recorded in still mode. So I am going to fix that and get it back uploaded for you guys at a later time so that you guys can see exactly what I was reacting to. But in the meantime, girl, we're here because this is messy, okay? This is a piece of messy here, and this is a whole different thing. We haven't gotten into anything like this in some time, but the TikTok, it's a piece of messy, all right? And we're gonna start off by going ahead and getting some people here up on the screen, honey. All right, so the young lady that you see here on the screen, her name is Sarah. She goes by Sarah Be Living on all social media platforms, Miss Ma'am. Shout out to her because she does a lot of like hair reviews and stuff over on the TikTok and stuff and vlog and letting people know about her life and everything like that. So that's how I came across Miss Sarah Be Living over there on the TikTok. Primarily when it comes to like the different wigs, different hairstyles, all that stuff. Okay, so shout out to her. But in addition, Miss Ma'am, I guess she was dating this guy here. His name is Sherrod Kelsey, from my understanding, and she was previously married to an Asian guy. They got a divorce and stuff, and she, gives a spiel about her marriage and her divorce or whatever the case is. She talks about that, okay. And recently, I guess she was dating this guy here, Sherrod, and he happens to own his own mortuary business or whatever. And they were dating each other, and I guess she decided, hey, I don't want to really be with you anymore because he is a bit aggressive. He got some other stuff going on, and Miss Ma'am definitely should have been running for the border. Now, it was alleged that they were best friends at one point. I guess best friends turned lovers or something, I suppose. But let's keep going. So these two were dating. And once she decided that she didn't want to be with him anymore, he started to post certain videos of her in a compromising situation. I believe she was drunk or whatever the case was, and he was trying to show people how she acts when she's drunk or whatever the case is. And it backfired. Whatever the plan was, it backfired. A lot of people kind of called him out, like, yeah, you tried to do this to make her look bad, but it makes you look more bad than anything, because why would you even film her like this, right? You filmed her like this so you'll be able to use it on Mad Day, and you're one that's not to be trusted, okay? Worse things could have happened to her, whatever. Well, Miss Sarah decided to come down to the TikTok, and Miss Ma'am decided to give us a little piece of an update or whatever the case about this man. And child, when I tell you, this is not all, because what ended up coming up after this, after she pretty much put it out there, different things about him, when I say that it was very interesting, that's what I mean. Okay. So let us just go ahead and get right on into it so that we can hear what Miss Ma'am had to say. So let's go ahead and hop on over. All right. Let's check out Miss Sarah Be Living. Prayerfully, the screen does not freeze on you guys. All right. Because she been over here showing out. So let's see. All right. Let's get into it.
A restraining order. Life update. After 2 whole years, I started dating again. Having a man yell and scream at you to the top of his lungs, and he's almost 6 feet tall, is the most scariest thing I've ever seen in my life.
What you in here doing? Oh, don't leave her alone. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I ain't put my hand on you.
This story time is also going to come with a free wig at the end, so keep watching. We all know I've been separated from my estranged husband for about 2 years now. I'm a 25-year-old spring chicken. And I know I got hurt in my last relationship, but I was not going to let that stop me from being free and enjoying life until I ran into a man who's abusive. They're out here, and they're abusive, and they're liars, and they're hypersexual, and they're weird, and they're 42. 42 African American years old.
Now, did y'all hear what she said? This girl is 25 years old, okay? That's what she said. She's 25 years old, and this man was 42. He really shouldn't have been dating her no way, and she honestly should have been like, peace out with him. Because I feel like a lot of times these older guys, they want younger women so they could try and manipulate them and stuff. But let's keep going.
As a woman, I have the right to say, I don't want to date you anymore. I have the right to say, you're abusive. I don't want to be around you anymore. Being independent and being successful is always going to be hard because you're intimidating without even trying to be. You can be as soft as a fucking daffodil and you're still going to be intimidating just because you make more money. But you know who you're not going to be intimidating to? The right man. I'm not the only one that's been through it. Dating is horrendous. I'm not going to lie. I've had the worst experience dating black men. But you know what? I'm not going to let this one black man deter me from dating other black men. I'm not going to let that Asian man deter me from dating other Asian men because you don't define an entire ethnicity of man. You just don't. You're the bottom of the barrel, but you're not going to deter me. You continue to be mad. You can continue to lie and, not be able to regulate your emotions at 42 years old. But that has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with you and the law. Because I've never had to lie about anything. It's already published. Everybody knows everything about Sarah. Well, most of everything. You can never defame my character to a community of 3 million people who've known me since I was 19. Baby, these are my cousins, my aunts, my brothers and sisters. Sorry. It just won't work. I have the right to break up with you. I have the right to not want to be with you anymore. I have that right. But I have learned that is a concept that some men will never learn no matter how old they are. And I'm going to continue to turn up, date, and spend the money that I worked so hard getting. The fact that this man opened his mouth and said I scammed him and that I would have had custody of his kids.
Pause. So this says, okay, free us from the shackles of egos. So he responds to somebody. We were in a whole relationship that was not drunken. She would have custody of my daughters. There is nothing fun about being played. Okay, so I guess he feels played about something. All right, somebody responded and said, I had to do some quick research to see what you were saying with this. I'm on Sarah's side and will continue to go look for reasons why I should be, because I'm clearly late to some tea.
I'm 25. I barely got custody of me. And to my amazing followers, if you see anything that you know just don't look great, block and report. And with any purchase on BelieveInHair.com, get you a free bob. Get a free wig. Use code 40-year-old weirdo for a free wig. Because we don't beef for free. We never did that. That's one thing we never did. We never did that. We never beef for free. Ever.
All right. So y'all just heard some of what Miss Sarah said, but there's more.
And if you think you finna expose a bitch like me drunk off some hen, acting a damn fool, baby, that's how I gets down. I don't get drunk that often. But when I do, it's lit. It's lit. And the man in my life is litter for him, okay? I'm 25 and I'm gonna make mistakes, but I'm not the president's daughter, Bookie. I'm Sarah be living. And Sarah be living. And in the end, you look like a 42-year-old weirdo who recorded me while I was drunk. When I thought that I was in a safe space, when in reality, worse could have happened to me. But there is a God, and I'm safe. Lessons were learned. And are these the end of my mistakes? Absolutely not. I'm 25. I still have years of mistakes to make. And posting me in a compromising state when I'm under the influence did not do what you thought it was going to do. It made you look like a predator. And if you...
All right. Okay. So let's keep, I think they're, okay, yeah. All right. So this is Miss Sarah, okay? So I'm over here just like, looking like, well, who is this guy? Let me look him up. It appears that he owns his own mortuary business, as I said. Next thing you know, I started to see different mug shots and stuff. And then I came across this woman here, okay, over on the social media. So she's posting a post. And let me say this. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me go back because there was a video that Sarah made, and I want to get that up because Sarah posted a video of him. I guess he was crying or whatever the case was. And I want us to play that before we get into this other woman, okay? All right, let's get this.
Yeah, that's a bit.
Let me pause it and get this up just a little bit.
He need to take his ass to bed.
I'm sorry.
I ain't want to make nobody cry. He make himself cry. I ain't nothing to it.
I'm so sorry, Sarah. You deserve so much better than what I displayed to you.
Child.
I know, so please leave me alone.
You trusted me and I let you down. You believed in me and I let you down, and I'm sorry for that. I promise you I'm sorry. But you make me so happy. You make me so much better.
Get somebody else to do it.
In the morning.
Get somebody else to do it. Why is you crying? Why is you crying?
I'm sorry, baby.
But you just broke this lady door down.
I'm so sorry.
You're 42.
I love you so much.
Oh, do you?
He need to take his ass to bed.
I think they dated for a few months or something. I'm not sure. I think she mentioned it. But let's get into this other lady because he want to post stuff. Sarah exposes him. Sarah does a video. It's been a lot going on with this other lady claims that the whole time he over there talking to Sarah, he been in a relationship with her. It's crazy. So she posts a screenshot. And she sends this to him. She says, just when I thought you couldn't be any worse. He says, I'm working. I'm hollering. So she says, the moment you fuck around and find out. So Sherrod Kelsey and I were an item since July of 2022. We abruptly broke up this morning when I blocked that ass. Stay tuned because I'm about to air this bitch out. I was just telling y'all what she said. Okay? This is what she says. So let me go to her page. Whew, child, it's messy in these streets like this. So this is what she posted. Okay, she says how it all started. Okay, they were good. Then she posts, some mug shots. Okay, don't know what for. That's what it was given. All right. So now she says 3 kinds of crazy is what she says. Then goes on to show that, she listed his name as dead, which is crazy considering he works with the dead, Jesus. So then it looked like he called her a lot of times yesterday. Meanwhile, he was just crying on Sarah's phone. So she says, so in between Sherrod Kelsey crying to another woman, he was literally stalking my phone in the process. That's nasty work, she says. So I'm just telling y'all what she said, okay? So then we go up. Pictures of them together. All right. She says, my so-called love of my life. Just a month ago when I was with him in Tampa, we were so happy, but he was apparently happier with another woman. Shaking my head. Can't trust him. That's so messed up. To me, I feel like that's really messed up. Out here got a whole situation with Sarah. So I'm wondering, what was you telling Sarah when you were out of town with this woman? What's really going on? Okay. And then comfortably taking pictures with both people, child. Ain't this something? Child. Didn't want to cry. You make me so happy, but you happy with somebody else is crazy. Okay. So then this one says, greetings. Please see the below request for such and such semen analysis. Girl, that's crazy work. So she says, okay, it says, okay, this month is okay. If that's what you want, then so be it. She says, I'm available on the 23rd through the 26th of August. Oh, so she wanted to get married. Woo, she says, what the F? I was planning on marrying and having a baby with this man. She says, the Lord works in mysterious ways. She said, we started our IVF journey in 2024 and we're planning a small wedding. And we're planning a small wedding in August of 2024. So I'm confused as to how he had an entire relationship with another woman that he was seeing every week, I'm told. She says, using my flight benefits to see another woman weekly is the devil's work. I fully intend to tell it all because if you thought you was going to play in my face, you were sadly mistaken, Kelsey. Okay? That's what she says. All right? Goes up, he says, I know you said we should not be asking each other financial questions, but I wanted to know if I give you a payback plan, would you be able to help me out? Business has picked up tremendously and I need to get the other truck up and running, which will cost me about $4,500. Is this something I guess you could do? And my thing is, if business is booming, then shit, you should be able to afford the $4,500 if business has picked up so much. So then she says, she asks him on the page and says, how you begging me for money, but you got money to buy this woman lavish gifts and cruises? Meanwhile, you riding on my passes to fly. And then Sarah in the comments talking about buying me Gucci and don't have no money for your business is crazy. It's sick. Child. Did Sarah comment anymore? Okay. Is she okay? That's the only time she commented. Okay. So let's keep going. The next one. This is them together, Sarah and him. The girl says he's such a disrespectful little BIT. At Sarah, thanks sis. Hashtag surviving Sherrod. Ooh, child. Missing my bestie. I don't know who made that post. But look at how he kissed her like he really didn't even want to kiss her. Like, child, what kind of stuff is that? But want to act like he the man when he walked through. Child, So this is a mess here. This is a mess. So then more conversation. He says, hey, you on the flight? What did you think about what I said the other day about starting over? She says, hey, I just landed. There was no Wi-Fi. We could discuss it further. He says, okay, I'll call you later. Glad you made it safe. So she says, and she asks him again. She says, funny thing is he was begging to start over after I tried to leave him in January because my soul just wasn't settled. I couldn't understand why. But now I know why. At Sarah Be Living. God has his way of showing you who people really are. Thank God you're okay. You more than likely saved me too. Okay? So I agree. I'm glad that it was put on display and it was exposed. You tried to expose her and it really backfired on you. And then she put out the video of how you done broke her damn door down and you being all aggressive. And then now you want to be on the phone crying and she. Go ahead, sir. All right. So then she says not sure what thumbs up means. He says I'm okay. Want to come see you when you get back to New York or your next trip. He says, I guess that's a no. This was on March 20th. She said we could discuss it. He said, okay. So she says in the caption, so it's diabolical that you begging to come see me for 4 days after you kicked Sarah door down. You just kicked the girl door down, but you over here trying to come see the other lady? Put your hands on her and got hit with a restraining order and you got arrested. Somebody make this make sense is what she says. Ooh, this mess here. So then she says the way this NIGGA lied and hid behind his phone. Okay, so this is audio that we're going to listen to in just a second, but let me read it. She says the way this NIGGA lied and hid behind his phone and tried to play like he was tired, straight narcissist. Okay, she says surviving Sherrod. This is part 4, she says. So let's get this audio up and let's start it over.
Is that what you're saying, Sherrod?
Yes.
Sherrod, how does one have a whole girlfriend but fuck somebody else? Did you think about me when you was fucking her, Sherrod? Did you think about how that would affect me? Huh? Answer my damn question.
Hello. Yes, that's what happened. Yes.
So answer my question, Sherrod. When you was fucking her, did you think about how it would affect me?
I did.
But you kept doing it anyways. And then you sat up here and lied in my face and played in my face and told me countless times that that's not what you was doing. But then you get mad when I call your ass a compulsive fucking liar. Why would you do that to me, Sherrod? Answer my question.
Girl, that man is unbothered.
Sherrod.
Hello. I said yes.
You didn't say anything. So Sherrod,
Yes.
so you been fucking this girl for 9 months?
No.
How long, Sherrod? How long you been fucking her?
How long you been spending my money on her?
Your money?
Sherrod, you busy asking me for money, but you got money to buy her Gucci shoes?
Gucci, Louis, Prada.
Don't play with me.
He's playing right now on the phone.
I gave you that money to help you out, and you spend it on somebody else?
Ooh, so you gave him the $4,500?
That's what we doing? You are a user, Sherrod.
Ma'am, I would not be on the phone with this man. I would be on the phone with my attorney because he going to have to pay me 5 or more. Because what? Because, I mean, the logical, I just would have been like 45. If business is booming, what you need 4,500 from me for? I'm so confused. And you let him goop you, but you know, she thought they was going to have a life together, okay? That's what she thought. She thought this was a partnership of some capacity.
What did I do to you to deserve any of this, Sherrod? Answer that.
The fact that he sat his ass on that phone crying over Sarah, tears, snot nose, and all, but ain't got nothing to say to her, he really played on you. He really played on you. I mean, like, you couldn't even give a piece of a tear. He just don't give a damn. Terrible.
Hello? I said nothing, man. No one is what I said.
So wait,
No
he
one
keep
what?
hanging up in your face and you keep calling back?
You talking about what were you? It wasn't nothing.
So you just felt like cheating instead of just being fucking honest about it. So what, you didn't want to be with me anymore? What was it, Sherrod, that made you go out and fuck somebody else for 9 months? Out of the 2 years that we've been together, what was it?
What the fuck? Bruh, I know she not.
Hello? Yes.
Answer my question, Sherrod. I'm losing patience.
Yes.
What was it?
It wasn't nothing. Yes, that's what it was.
Okay. Okay, well, I hope it was worth it.
See? So, okay. You gonna say that. So, what the hell?
Say what now?
Well, you gonna say all of that. So, it don't matter what the reason was.
Sherrod, was it worth it?
No.
Okay, so if it wasn't worth it, why lie about it and why keep doing it and for 9 months? Why? Was I not everything for you? Answer my question, Sherrod.
Girl, I couldn't. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Sherrod, answer my question.
Child, you calling him again?
Hello?
Answer me.
I said yes.
You didn't say anything. So, yes, so was I not enough for you? Is that what it was?
No.
Then what was
exactly
it,
what he
Sherrod?
want.
Because for you to go out and fuck somebody else for 9 months, spend my money on somebody else for 9 months, use my passes on somebody else for 9 months, and crashing out over somebody on social media, crying like a big fucking baby, embarrassing the shit out of me. Was it worth it? Answer my question. What were you thinking?
Not about you.
Hello?
I'm not gonna keep doing this with you.
I said, yes, that's what I wasn't thinking. When I talked to you, I just jumped right in. I was like, okay.
So you felt like it was okay to lie to me?
I didn't say it was okay.
Sherrod, you've been lying to me for over 9 months. So the lies didn't just start when you got caught in Dominican Republic. The lies been going on, Sherrod. How was you gonna marry me but you was fucking somebody else? How was that even gonna happen?
Because he wasn't gonna marry you.
How was you planning on having a baby with me, but it sounds like you was fucking her while we were in that process and talking about it?
He wasn't going to.
How was that gonna happen, Sherrod?
Oh, I thought you was tired playing games with this man.
Yes, that's what happened. I started talking to you, and that's what it was.
Okay, so my question was, how was you gonna be with me, have a baby with me, get married to me, but you fucking somebody else, Sherrod, for 9 months? How was that gonna happen? You're not gonna answer that? Answer the damn question, Sherrod. Because I do notice that about 9 months ago is when you got real disrespectful. So I should have known it. But oh no, not holier than thou, Sherrod. I would never lie to you. And you've been lying this whole relationship, Sherrod.
Child.
You owe me an explanation.
Girl, you keep calling this man. It's crazy to me. Woo.
Hello?
Answer my question.
What's the question?
You owe me an explanation, Sherrod. I asked you how was...
Ooh. Ooh. Girls, just stop.
I'm sorry I can't take your call right now.
Oh, great. I guess his phone dead.
The phone dead, ma'am. He sent you the voicemail, ma'am. He ain't trying to fuck with you, ma'am. I'm sorry, ma'am. It's not dead. The conversation is. I'm so sorry. It's terrible.
Okay. Good morning. I am Christina Lachey.
I want to put this on another screen real quick because I want to speed through this conversation she's gonna have.
Good morning. I am Christina Lachey. I know, first off, let me just start by saying thank you to everybody for your compassion and your support. I knew
She sounds very low, so it's going to be very hard to get the volume any higher than what it is. So sorry about that, y'all.
was in danger, but I didn't realize the magnitude of what type of danger I might have been in. So it's unfortunate that Sarah went through what she went through. I don't wish that on anybody, and I thank God that she's safe. I definitely want to give you guys my story. I'm on my way to work right now, so I just wanted to give you just a little bit. So Kelsey, Kevin, Sherrod, and I met in July of 2022 at Essence Music Fest. Yeah, it's been 2 years. We hit it off right away. I'll tell the story about how we met later, but he appeared to be such a good guy. He did a good deed that day, and I remember that's what really attracted me to him. He seemed like such a sweet guy. So we exchanged numbers. Initially, I was just trying to, I told myself, let me buy you a drink for doing what you did, and he refused to let me buy him a drink.
You bought him a drink?
Out on Bourbon Street, we had a good time. I thought that it was over at that point, but then he FaceTimed me at like 2 o'clock in the morning just to make sure that we had made it to our hotel safe. So, we kind of hung out a little bit that weekend, and it was amazing. It really was. I felt to myself, you know what, he's a breath of fresh air. And at the time when I met him, I was just going through a lot of different things. I was kind of done with the whole dating aspect. I was just kind of done with it. I wanted to have kids, so I had decided that I was going to go ahead and follow through with doing IVF. But then he came along, so no problem. Everything was perfect. I was seeing him every week. Either I was in Tampa, he was in New York. He came to Memphis to meet my family. I met his mother, met his sister. I've had conversations with his other sister and brother. Everything was just perfect. We didn't have any problems. We were talking about building the future. And then I would say about 4 months in, I talked to him about possibly being a part of my IVF journey. I asked him if that was something he was willing to do. And you know what he said? He said, you know what, hell yeah, let's do it. So, you know, we began to embark on that journey. We began to do a series of testing. If you know anything about IVF, it's a long process. But, you know, we started that process and everything was going well. I would say about a year into the relationship, there were quite a few red flags. I noticed how he would get missing. I wasn't really sure what was going on. Just noticed that he would get missing. This is really a piece of who the fuck was I dating? Because I honestly have no clue. So, anywho, about a year into it, things just started getting different. You know, he runs a business. He's not a mortician. He has a mortuary transport service. And what that means is he is the Uber for dead people. So he takes them from the funeral home to the church, or from hospice to the mortuary, whatever that looks like. That's what he does. He does transport by van. He's not a mortician. Nevertheless, I've always supported him and his business. So he says that the business is picking up, and that's why he hasn't really had time for me, and this, that, and the third. But then I would notice how you don't have time to spend with me when, you know, I'm available. Because the thing is, my time is very limited. My time can be very limited. But I made time for him. It started to become a case of when I would come to Tampa, all of a sudden he's working all the time. He don't really have time. There were times to where I would come to Tampa and I would spend my whole 30-hour, 35-hour, 40-hour layover with him. You know, we hung out, me, him, and the girls, his daughters, me, him, and his sons. You know, we would hang out or whatever.
Oh, we got kids.
But then all of a sudden it just kind of came to a screeching halt, maybe about 6 months ago. He was just always busy. And then it was, oh, I have to run and check on my mom. You know, his mom lives in Atlanta, allegedly. So it would be, oh, I have to run and check on my mom. But then when he would go and check on his mom, he would go missing for days. I thought it was strange. But then, you know, I believe in giving people time with their family or whatever. So fast forward, we'll just talk about the most recent incident, and then we'll just go back in time as I proceed. So the most recent incident, I was actually out of the country, and I logged on to my benefits account to book my mother a flight because I was having a surgical procedure that he told me he would be available to come to New York and be with me. So no problem. So I said I will get my mom to come. So I go in to book the reservation, and I see a one-way ticket for him from Tampa to Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic. I'm a little confused.
That's crazy.
So I kind of felt like maybe his sister booked it, because if you're a gate agent, all you need is my employee number, and you can go in and you can book that ticket. So that's what I chalked it up to. But I called him immediately. He wouldn't answer the phone, right? And I want you to know, I was out of the country, so there's a 6-hour time difference. So I'm calling him when I should be asleep, because it's the middle of the day in the States. He's not answering the phone, refuses to answer the phone, but he texts. And that's what he does. He hides behind text messages, and then he'll say that, oh, I'm working, I'm with a family right now, I'm at the funeral home right now. He would say that. And I thought to myself, no, because this right here says that you're supposed to be on a flight in 1 hour. So I said, no. So I texted him back and I said, it cannot wait. I said, I didn't answer this phone now, I'm canceling all this shit. So then I get a phone call from his phone number, but it was what I consider his flunky, one of his employees, calling. So it's almost like he pulled the middle school prank and made a 3-way call so that it looked like somebody else had his phone. So the flunky says, oh, well, yeah, Kelsey's in a meeting with the funeral director right now. And I said, well, you need to tell him to come out of that meeting right now. And he's like, miss, they're not answering the door. And I said, okay, no problem. Make sure you let him know I'm canceling all this shit. So I turn around and I cancel everything.
I know, that's right.
He comes texting me 5 minutes later. And he's like, I just can't talk right now. I'm working. It's going to have to wait. You know, every excuse. But never a phone call. Got it. What I didn't know is he had went and booked a flight on another airline through my benefit. Problem is, I didn't catch it in time. I didn't think that you could go as far as to steal my passes. You got into my account and stole my passes. And I know that your sister helped you do it, because you wouldn't know how to do it. All right, fast forward. So now I see that he's on the flight. I see that he's checked bags. But he's telling me up and down, what are you talking about? Trying to make me look crazy, trying to make me think I'm crazy. He's texting. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm not on no flight. I'm working right now. I want y'all to know I'm looking right at the board pass. I'm looking right at the seat assignment that they gave him. I'm looking at the fact that he was marked on board. And I'm looking at the fact that he checked 2 bags. Got it. So I knew right then and there it was another woman that he went to see. And I knew his sister had been in it the whole time. You see, he and his sister, they have some sort of emotional incestuous relationship. If you don't know what that means his sister want to be his woman. Just gonna leave it at that. And we'll talk about that a little bit more.
Oh,
anyway, so he texted me to let me know that he was home, that he landed. Really? So you're home and you landed from a flight that you swore up and down that you wasn't on. 10-4. So then he says, well, I lied about it because you and my sister don't get along. I said, so
nah, he meant to send it to somebody else.
You lie? Because I don't want to hear nothing about your sister. I said, at the end of the day, and I'm gonna tell y'all about his sister too, but this all started because he has a bad habit of running to his sister and telling her everything that we have an argument about, everything that's going on with us. I'm grown. I'm 44 years old. I don't get down like that. So I told him, I said, let me explain something to you. If you got a problem with me, then you come talk to me. You don't go talk to your sister or your family or your mama or anybody else. But that's exactly what he does. And what he does is he paints this picture of me like I'm the one in the wrong. Well, really, you've been the monster lying the whole time. Make it make sense. But nevertheless, what I did was I deleted him from my past benefits immediately. I sent that paperwork to HR. I had to delete it. So now he's big mad because he can't go see his girlfriend in Atlanta, who he's been seeing for the last few months on my dime. This is a lot. All right, I'm gonna stop it right here because I'm pulling up to her. But stay tuned.
Child, so you was using that to come down here to see Miss Sarah, honey?
I know.
That's crazy work. And I just feel like he should have never been added to her motherfucking past to begin with. All right, that wasn't your husband, but I get it. That was your man. Y'all was in a relationship. You thought it would be good if y'all take these trips and stuff like that. But she's learned a lot, I'm sure. So Sarah responds and she says, literally been sick to my stomach for days. Honestly, appreciate you reaching out because the lies were spreading fast. Dude wasn't even on the roster for real and had all this going on. Child, that's crazy. She says, I hate you had to go through all of this. He's a monster, is what she says. Woo. Girl, it's definitely giving monster. Let's see what else she got over here on the page. So, looks like he messaged her. This was back in December. It says, good morning. I know you are resting, but I wanted you to know yesterday was a bad day for me. Also, babe, I had been harboring something for a while and didn't realize I was harboring when you mentioned a week ago about the fact that everything and decision you made was based off of us. For the betterment of us, you stated that you were and have been able to go into your 401k and get money for your pregnancy, etc. Things that alarm me um is that when Sierra would sit and watch me struggle and claim she was about us, as you did sit and watch me struggle and still watch me struggle to build this business, which would in return be for us. What? And we will own and have forever. My infinity is not 34,000 in need of getting fixed, but only 6,000. My van, which is eventually getting fixed after the business lost out of several months, over a half a year. So when you say you are all in for us and doing decisions for us, I did not see that. I love you, just letting you know. So you in your feelings because she not showing up for your ass financially, but you been out here kicking it with other hoes. Like, that's crazy. I love you, just letting you know how I'm feeling. Talk to you before church. Good morning. I want to take a moment to clarify my perspective and feelings regarding your text. The decisions I've made and the acts of kindness I've shown have always been motivated by what I believed was best for both of us, but even more so used to support you. However, it feels like certain boundaries and expectations have become unclear, and I think it's important to address them now. I know that's right. You've made it clear on multiple occasions that certain commitments and actions from your side are contingent upon me becoming your wife. I respect your perspective, but it has been challenging to reconcile that with the fact that I've already extended benefits and responsibilities to you that typically align with a marital relationship. Yes, you have, ma'am. For example, I've made you my domestic partner, a legal recognition that carries significant weight. And she says, and I've treated your children as if they were my own, offering them the love and support one would expect in a family setting. These are privileges typically afforded to a spouse, not a boyfriend, yet I extended them because I believed in us. Ooh, it's still clear. She says, still it's clear that there are discrepancies in how we view and how we view our roles and contributions. You've often reminded me that as things stand, I don't have the benefits or security of being your wife. For example, when you bring up topics like my 401k and suggest that my financial decisions, such as prioritizing my fertility journey, are a misallocation of resources compared to helping you repair your car or van, it feels dismissive of my priorities. This situation is particularly sensitive for me because I've experienced financial vulnerability in the past where I gave generously to support a relationship only to be left to pick up the pieces alone. And I can imagine how she's feeling right now because she's right back in the same situation. You will definitely be presented with the same situation until you learn what you're supposed to learn from it. She says that history has shaped my perspective on protecting my financial future, especially as an unmarried woman trying to secure a stable income or a stable home. And let me see, a stable home and a chance to have children. Your suggestion that my being all in involves using my retirement savings to help you feels unfair. I know that's right. That's money that she built up for her motherfucking self. She does not have to give you that to help you with your shit when you don't have your own ducks in a row. Are you okay, sir? Hell no. I'm with her. Damn all of that. She goes on to say it overlooks the significant steps. Let's see. What more do you have? Significant steps, especially as an unmarried woman trying to secure a stable home and a chance to have children. Your suggestion that my being all in involves using my retirement savings to help you feels unfair. It overlooks the significant steps I've already taken to support you in this relationship, despite not having the legal or emotional security of being your wife. These steps for me were big commitments, and they came from a place of genuine care and belief in our future. However, your recent correction that we do not have the kind of relationship where decisions should be made for us rather than me was eye-opening. It's clear now that we need to reset. Okay, reset expectations and boundaries. Given your frustration and our differing views on roles and responsibilities, I believe it's best to simplify things. I will withdraw any paperwork or recognition of us as domestic partners from my job so that we return to a dating status as you've described our relationship. Ooh. She says this will alleviate any pressures or misconceptions about the duties or roles I should perform. It will also ensure that neither of us feels the strain of unmet expectations that align more with a marriage than with dating. She says, I also want to propose that we still explore therapy together. I think this could help us rebuild on a clearer, more intentional foundation and ensure that we are both on the same page moving forward. Starting with professional guidance could help navigate these complexities and align our expectations in a healthy way. See, he did all of that trying to do a slick manipulation, and it kind of backfired because she then withdrew her domestic alliance to him, or whatever the case is, taking him off the job, having access to flights and stuff. And it's just shifting her mindset a bit. So good for her in a sense. She says, I truly care about you and want us to proceed in a way that fosters understanding and growth for both. Let me see. For both of us. Sad that you did all. Listen to what he says. He read all of that, which I don't believe he read it. And he says, sad that you did not listen to me at all. She says, I actually heard you loud and clear. It's sad that you actually did not hear me. Okay. She says, was there no truth in everything you said or everything I said? Let me know if I'm reading it wrong. Right. So then she gets over here and says, for your viewing pleasure, she says, I know that everyone has an opinion, but I need y'all to really see what I was dealing with. He will deny and lie that this ever happened. This was all after he took the kids to visit another woman on my passes. Shameful. But he got some that believe he balling out of control when really he ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. So when I say I checked out a few months ago, i.e. December, these are some of the reasons why I literally enjoy and sip slow, she says. Ooh, child, I told y'all this is messy here. Now, why you don't post this picture of this man? Good night, Sherrod and Sierra the wife. Sierra the wife? It's a wife involved? Oh, wow. She says the real reason why he still got that tattoo is because they still married. I pray she gets every blessing she deserves or putting up with his SHI. Girl. And more pictures of them together. She said it's definitely been a bad day forever. Definitely don't last always. You really can't trust no NIGGA. I'm back on my Kaya SHI moving forward. It's Uno reverse draw 4 season on their ass. Okay. So that's what's going on. It's the embarrassment of it all. And I hate that. I hate that these ladies had to experience that, but I'm glad that they were able to out. I feel like this is what ladies would have to do. Come together. All right? Because then you can really get out more. You can really dig through what's true. Right? Dig through the dirt and find out what's true versus beefing out with each other. You know, so I'm glad that these ladies were able to come together and somewhat expose him for his actions. And he really can thank himself for that. For one, how he carried himself, and then you coming down to the internet trying to embarrass somebody only for you to end up being the one getting embarrassed anyway. Whew, girl, this here was too much. Meanwhile, you got everybody over here trying to find out who the hell Sierra is. Now, I don't know who this Sierra is, okay? But whoever she's still tatted on that chest over that heart. So she's saying he's still married to the woman. I don't know who the man's still with. But that's all I got. I just wanted to come down here and give y'all a little update because this was messy. Okay. I'm Jami. That's me, honey. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Yeah, tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a proxy. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF, got them trying to clone me like Agent Smith. Game time, I invaded gym, high elevated, I can face the rim. Putting shots up, I got laser focus, about to take it over, I'm Invader Zim. On a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man, they say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film.